You're watching Newzroom AM. Let's pick up the markets now, and the rand touching its strongest levels in a month on Monday. The JSE, on the other hand, closing weaker, with this week's focus on policy decisions from the United States Federal Reserve. The local currency firmer for the 8th consecutive session, the longest winning streak in almost 2 years. Sanlam Investments analyst Carmen Mpelwane joining us now for a quick update on how the markets are faring in early trade. Carmen, good morning to you. Let's start with that overview of how the markets are doing this morning. Opening to a mixed session in the last one, which would have been yesterday.
In the green, opening up in the green this morning, likely of the sentiment that, we've seen the macro numbers out of the US, so there is a bit of a tailwind there and positivity, or at least comfort that we are heading in the right direction. However, as you've mentioned, there was some profit taking yesterday, specifically in the financials and retailers, and that off the back of the strong run in last week.
Let's launch into company news. Telecom, it's published its annual results for the year, which ended on the 31st of March 2023. Talk us through their performance, and I wonder whether you'd be willing to factor in this bid by its former CEO.
Yeah, so the bid was the news yesterday, and we did see a jump in the share price. However, on the back of these numbers released this morning, we have seen the share price pull back once again. A big miss on the, not a profit, but a loss line compared to what consensus was looking for. We were guided that there was going to be a significant impairment, and that has come through at about 13 billion, focused on OpenServe and the customer business. However, despite that, I think the big concern here is related to the deterioration in the free cash flow levels. And in so, we have seen them announce that they are likely, or they've given guidance at least, that they are going to push the payment of dividends further out, at least by 1 year, just to try to shore up the balance sheet and obviously their cash balance as well.
Brait also releasing its results for the financial year, which ended on the 31st of March. How are their numbers looking?
Yeah, also came through with a loss, unfortunately. The net asset value per share was also down. Having said that, on the operational level, we have seen across their various interests, we have seen improvements. So we've seen Premier Foods, which we know was listed early in the year and gave a boost to Brait in the amount of 3.6 billion for their balance sheet. So we did see an improvement or strong operating performance there. In terms of Virgin Active, their restructure seems to be yielding benefits, and we've seen strong performance there as well. Having said that, their focus of the strategy remains that they will look to unlock value for investors through the redeployment of the current investments that they hold.
Let's conclude with Transnet. It's said to be on the verge of signing maintenance contracts with Toshiba, Webtec and Alstom. Is this likely to give some reprieve to the parastatal, which has been under pressure?
It's definitely a step in the correct direction. At present, they are currently running 17 locomotives, and the minimum requirement is actually 18 to meet capacity. To meet their minimum requirements, as I mentioned. The focus there is definitely on the fact that we've got these locomotives that have been long-standing and require the maintenance. Toshiba does supply a lot of the parts for these locomotives, hence the potential partnership with them. Having said that, we know that in terms of vandalism and theft, the overriding there has been that this has also given some pullback or deterioration in terms of the availability on the lines. So as I've mentioned, it's definitely a step in the right direction, but still a long road to go.
Carmen Mpelwane, thank you very much for that markets update. She is Sanlam Investments analyst, giving us an update on the markets this morning.